In his latest blog, game director for Overwatch Aaron Keller looked back at the first 6 months of Overwatch though, and he also had some interesting things to say about the future of the game. Let's have a look. Hey guys, I'm Dames from the Omnic Post. It is kinda crazy to say this out loud, but next week Overwatch 2 is going to be released for 6 months. In just 2 weeks, Season 4 of Overwatch 2 is starting. Season 4! Now when I'm recording this, we do not have any info yet on who that next hero is going to be, or what the season is going to be about, but that might be changing soon. As soon as it happens, I'll be here explaining it to you guys, so make sure to subscribe. Now for this video, I want to focus on Aaron's latest blog, his director's take as he calls it. A 2-weekly blog in which the game director for Overwatch tackles some of the most hot topics in the community. Now just before the weekend he dropped the latest entry, and this time around he took the time to look back at the last few months and do some kind of state of the game review. But he had more to say. But anyways, let's start chronologically. The first topic that he tackled was communication, something that impacted me personally for the last few years. Yeah. When they announced Overwatch 2 back in 2019, the former game director for Overwatch, Jeff Kaplan, said that they would be going dark because they wanted to focus on finishing the game. At that time, we all kind of expected a slow time of about 6 months to a year, but it ended up taking them 3 years to get back on the horse, on Orisa. As a content creator for Overwatch, that was a rough time. You know, I used to have really beautiful wavy hair back then, and look at me now. Thank you, Blizzard. But around the start of this year, we saw a huge shift in their approach. They actually started talking. A lot. These director blogs are one of the many ways that they opened up, and according to what they've been saying, this is just a start. They've even been talking about sharing roadmaps beyond the next season. They are whipping out their crystal ball on Overwatch. Madame Aaron. Nah, that doesn't work. Never mind. But more should be coming on that in April. We'll see. The second topic was the state of support heroes. Now, a few months ago, I did a video on how support players, including myself, were frustrated. How difficult it had become to play that role. And thousands of people flooded the comments to add their 2 cents, almost all of them crying out for help. But slowly and steadily, they made some improvements. Now, are we there yet? Nah, not really. And Aaron admitted that. But they definitely made some good changes. And you know, they'll just keep working to improve the support role, with the biggest change yet to come, which are those 2 new support heroes that we're getting in Season 4 in 2 weeks and in Season 6 in the fall. The next topic, collaborations. The One Punch Man event is going into its last week already. This first real collaboration has been a success on many levels. But Aaron said that Blizzard was kinda worried before they started out with this. See, doing a crossover in a game like Overwatch, where the heroes are so different and unique, where the identity is pivotal in the whole experience of the game, that is kind of risky. They needed to define a vision for these collaborations, which they did. It is a vision that has restrictions, in the sense that these are considered costumes. These are restrictions that will never allow them to go all in like some other games do. But luckily, and rightfully so, the bigger part of the community agreed with that vision. Overwatch is not Fortnite. Striking that balance is very important. But since this was such a success, that will result in more collaborations. Aaron announced that we can expect a new collaboration before the end of the year. That is pretty fast. My guess would be Season 6 or 7. It's going to be Batman. If I keep repeating it, they're going to make it Batman. You'll see. Alright, moving on. Competitive. A hot topic for sure. When Overwatch 2 launched, we were met with Competitive 2.0. And while it had some nice ideas, it definitely also had issues. Now, I think the biggest one is the matchmaking. Let's get that one out of the way, because it is still ongoing. But then there were things like the decay. In an attempt to give us a bit of a challenge, Blizzard would force down our rank at the start of every single season. Now that is something they're going to roll back in Season 4, because it didn't work out at all. It was frustrating. But that being said, internally they're still discussing ways of achieving those initial goals they had with the decay. They're thinking on how a partial reset could work in Overwatch 2. Aaron gave an example of maybe doing it once a year, tied into a bigger push of content. Now in my opinion, it will depend on how hard or soft this reset is. Look, we know that they're never going to do a complete reset of both your SR and the MMR, for obvious reasons. In case you think that the current matchmaking is bad, yeah, wait till they do a hard reset. You're going to end up eating your keyboard in frustration, trust me. But if a soft reset is just about pushing us all down, to give us a bit of a challenge, yeah, that's not going to work, no matter if you do it every season or every year. It is not the experience that we're looking for. All we kind of want is a fresh chance to prove ourselves, because we evolve. And we're kind of dragging along all that history. And maybe we shouldn't kind of keep all the history. But we'll see. They also want to improve the communication about our little fluxes up and down within that competitive experience, without showing us the info that we can misinterpret or abuse. They're already working on that, and the first steps will be in Season 4. And let's just see how far that gets us. The final topic that Aaron discussed was player progression and rewards, which is a very broad topic. It starts out with feedback on every single match. It includes systems like the Battle Pass, and in the end it is a result of that hard move they did towards a shop-based model. Over the few last months, they have been improving all of that. They have brought back credits. They added skins to the event progression. They made us the promise that those skins are going to be unique and not legacy skins that they keep using over and over again. And they have a lot more planned. Like the return of the On Fire meter, for instance, they're still working on that one. Improving the play of the game system. There's going to be a new hero and player progression system, hopefully by the end of the year, which is supposed to be an improved version of that Overwatch 1 leveling system that a lot of people seem to miss. And all of that is good news. It is an answer to all of the feedback that we have been giving over the last 6 months. So I think the big takeaway from Aaron's blog is that those first 6 months might not have been what we were hoping for, if we're being honest. But that it has been a learning experience for both us and for the development team. That we're in communication, that we're talking, that they are definitely listening. I think that is abundantly clear now. And in the end, we're going to get there in due time. I have another video explaining why it takes so long. Go check it out. I'll leave the link in the description below. But what do you think? Do you feel like Overwatch 2 has improved in the last 6 months? And are you hopeful about the future? Let me know in the comments. Join me during my streams on twitch.tv/DamesTV and make sure to subscribe for more updates on Overwatch.